Moscow court has jailed Putin critic Alexei Navalny for 3.5 years for violating the conditions of a suspended sentence. He has been in detention since returning to Russia last month. He had been treated in Germany for a near-fatal nerve agent attack against him in August. Thousands of supporters have rallied across Russia in support of Mr. Navalny. His suspended sentence for embezzlement has been converted into a jail term. He has already served a year under house arrest, which will be deducted from the total. Navalny greeted the news with a resigned shrug. In court he called President Vladimir Putin a poisoner, blaming him for the attack. His supporters called for an immediate protest and tried to gather outside court, but the whole area was overrun with riot police. More than 300 have been detained, according to monitors. His lawyer said they would appeal against the ruling. Strong international reaction to the sentence came quickly, with the Council of Europe, the continent's leading human rights body, saying the judgment defied all credibility. With this decision, the Russian authorities not only further exacerbate human rights violations as already established by the European Court of Human Rights, they also send a signal undermining the protection of the rights of all Russian citizens, said the Council's Human Rights Commissioner, Dunya Mihajlovic, in a statement. UK Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab described the ruling as perverse, and German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas said the verdict was a bitter blow to firmly established civil liberties and the rule of law. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken called for Mr. Navalny's immediate and unconditional release, and said he would work closely with allies to hold Russia accountable for failing to uphold the rights of its citizens. Navalny has been accused of breaking the terms of a 2014 suspended sentence for embezzlement that required him to report regularly to Russian police. His lawyers say the accusation is absurd, as the authorities knew he was recovering in Berlin from the nerve agent attack that nearly killed him in Russia. Addressing the court before the sentencing, Navalny said the case was being used to frighten the opposition. "This is how it works, they send one to jail to intimidate millions." On the Novichok chemical attack, he said, using the FSB, Federal Security Service of Russia, Putin attempted to commit murder. "I'm not the only one, many know this already and many others will. And this is driving the thieving little man in the bunker crazy. No matter how much he tries to look like a geopolitician, he took offense at me because he will go down in history as a poisoner." Navalny's return to Russia on 17th of January triggered mass protests in support of him, many of them young Russians who have only ever experienced President Putin's rule. The Kremlin has denied any involvement in the attack on him, and rejects the conclusion by Western experts that Novichok, a Russian chemical weapon, was used. Mr. Navalny accuses Mr. Putin of running an administration riddled with corruption, and recently released a video featuring an opulent Black Sea palace which, he alleged, was a Russian billionaire's gift to the president.